Hi, I'm Sam, and I'm an Ending the Silence presenter with NAMI Delaware. This week is Eating Disorder Awareness Week, and I'm here today to talk a little bit about my journey and share some tips on how to have better body image and what really helped me in my recovery. So for me, it all started when I was about 12 years old, and I began to notice that society had a beauty standard, that celebrities and pretty much everyone in the media all looked a certain way and had one body shape, which was thin. I also began to notice dieting ads everywhere I looked, and it said, you can look this way with a beautiful model who was probably photoshopped, but I didn't realize it at the time. And I thought that there was something wrong with me because I didn't look that way. And in my head, I let myself believe that until I looked that way, I wouldn't be worthy of love, I wouldn't be successful or accepted. So I made it my goal, and I became really consumed and obsessed with the goal of losing weight until I looked that way. And I just want to say that having poor body image and going on diets doesn't mean that you have an eating disorder or will develop one. However, if you are worried about someone or you're worried about yourself, there are a lot of great resources online to get help and to determine what kind of help you'll need. A lot of my friends struggled with body image and they would go on different diets, but for them, they could stop at any time they wanted to. For me, I couldn't. And that's really where it becomes a mental illness and where I got the diagnosis of anorexia. And either way, if you don't have an eating disorder, but you're constantly talking negatively about your body and trying to change it, it's really bad for your mental health and your overall self-esteem. So after my official diagnosis, I started therapy, and eventually I was hospitalized, which is where I learned the most about what I was really going through and how to overcome it. And it definitely was not easy at first, but I learned a lot of things that just helped me get through day by day, and that still help me today. So the big thing was that I began to focus on the kind of person I wanted to be. I used to think that I just wanted to be thin, and I didn't care about who I was on the inside. But when I was losing weight and when I was really in my disorder, I became a different person on the inside. I was selfish because I only cared about myself. I stopped caring about anyone or anything else until I looked that way. My goal really just consumed me and made me an irritable person to be around. And I learned that what really matters is who you are on the inside. Nobody is friends with you because of the way you look. They're friends with you because of the kind of person you are. And the best advice that I learned was to focus on health at every size. And this is something that it took me a while to really understand and to grasp, but today it's been the most important part of my recovery. So it's basically where we need to focus on our overall health, because our weight and just looking at somebody, you can't determine if they're healthy. Somebody could have looked at me and thought, oh wow, I wish I looked like her. But they didn't know that I was malnourished, and because of that, I was having health issues, that I was a miserable person, and that I really didn't like myself. I had such low self-esteem and poor mental health. But instead, if we focus on our health, that's what really matters. It shouldn't matter how we look or what body size we have, because ultimately, I also learned that I have the body shape that I do because of genetics. And instead of getting mad at that or trying to change it when I really can't change my body structure and my build, that I should be focusing on my health, on how I fuel my body so that I feel good and can do the things that I love every day. And I just realized I could diet, I could do everything that, this certain model does, and I'll never look like her. But that's okay because I've accepted my body the way it is. I focus on the kind of person I am on the inside, and I talk back to the negative voices when they come in my head. When I start comparing myself, I really just try to shut them down. I try to combat it with something positive. Like if I think, oh, I wish my arms or something looked different today. I feel like they're so big. I'll focus on all the amazing things that my body can do for me. So basically, just fight the beauty standards, fight the negative voices in your head, and focus on your health and who you are on the inside, because true beauty shines from the inside. Thank you guys.